HOA Karen ordered my father's mango tree cut down. Just because I told her no, if you've ever known a neighbor who simply couldn't stand other people's happiness. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment, "Justice for the mango tree," because today's story isn't just about a tree. It's about memories, betrayal, and the price of arrogance. My father planted that mango sapling years ago, right in front of our house. He said every home needs something that breathes life into it. Over the years, the little plant grew into a giant shade-giving tree that became the heart of our street. Kids played under it, birds sang on its branches, and every summer its golden fruits brought a smile to everyone's face. For me, it wasn't just a tree. It was a living memory of my father. But peace in an HOA neighborhood doesn't last long, especially when someone like Karen is in charge. She was the new HOA chair, a woman who found purpose in pointing out flaws, enforcing petty rules, and making sure everyone else felt small. The first time she complained, it was about the color of my fence. The second time, it was about the messy leaves from my tree. And then one morning, she showed up at my door with her clipboard and her signature fake smile. "Your mango tree violates community regulations," she said, pretending to sound official. "It blocks visibility and drops debris onto the shared pathway." I laughed softly. "Karen, it's just a tree. It's been here for years and no one's ever complained. The neighborhood kids love it." She looked at me coldly. "Maybe, but rules are rules, unless—" Her tone shifted like she was offering a secret deal. "You could share a few mangoes with me when they ripen. Maybe I can look the other way." Her smirk told me everything. This wasn't about rules. It was about control. I looked her straight in the eye and said, "Sorry, Karen. These mangoes aren't for bribery." Her smile vanished. "You'll regret that." I didn't take her seriously until the morning I woke up to the sound of chainsaws. When I rushed outside, my heart nearly stopped. My mango tree, my father's tree, was lying on the ground, its trunk split, its branches scattered, its fruits crushed into the dirt. The HOA maintenance crew was there, and Karen stood behind them, arms folded, watching like a general surveying victory. "Who gave you permission to cut this?" I shouted. One worker looked nervous. "Order from the HOA chair, sir. Said the roots were damaging the sidewalk." Karen smiled, pretending to be innocent. "Just enforcing community safety standards." My voice broke. "You destroyed something irreplaceable." She shrugged. "Maybe next time, you'll be more cooperative." That moment burned into my memory. Her cold smirk, the broken tree, the smell of fresh-cut wood mixed with betrayal. I went inside shaking, my chest tight with anger and grief. I replayed my father's words in my head. Trees remember kindness. But that day, all I could think of was revenge. I couldn't let her get away with it. That tree wasn't just wood and leaves. It was history, memory, and heart. For 2 days, I couldn't look at the empty space in my yard without feeling that hollow ache. Neighbors stopped by, some offering sympathy, others whispering about Karen's latest stunt. Everyone knew she'd done it out of spite, but nobody dared confront her. That's what power does to small people. It makes them think they're untouchable. But not this time. I remembered I had recently installed new security cameras facing the front yard. With trembling hands, I pulled up the footage, and there she was. Karen, standing with the HOA crew the night before, pointing at the tree, giving instructions. The timestamp was clear. Her words were clear, too. "Cut it first thing in the morning before he wakes up." I paused the video and just stared at the screen, feeling that mixture of sadness and fire building inside me. I uploaded the footage online with the caption, "HOA chair destroys my father's tree because I wouldn't give her mangoes." Within hours, my phone exploded with notifications. Comments poured in. Thousands of strangers were furious. "Who does that? She needs to be removed. This is criminal." The video spread faster than I could have imagined. Local news picked it up. A journalist called asking for an interview. By evening, the headline read, "Mango tree cut down by HOA chair. Neighbor seeks justice." Karen's smug attitude evaporated overnight. The next morning, she tried to act like nothing happened, but when she stepped outside, reporters were waiting. Her face turned pale when she saw the cameras. HOA board members, now terrified of public backlash, called an emergency meeting. I attended, sitting quietly while Karen tried to defend herself. "It was a safety issue," she shouted, voice cracking. "The roots were a danger." But one board member slid a printed photo across the table, a still frame from the video showing her giving the order. "Care to explain this, Karen?" Silence filled the room. She looked around, realizing there was no one left to back her up. Within minutes, they voted to remove her as HOA chair. Later that day, I got a call from a police officer. "Sir, we're opening an investigation for property damage. Could you send us the footage?" That was the moment I knew. Karma had finally found her address. Weeks later, she was forced to resign from the HOA completely. Her neighbors avoided her, and every time she stepped out of her house, she faced the same whisper. "That's the woman who cut down the mango tree." As for me, I stood in that same yard where my father once planted the sapling. The ground still raw where the roots had been ripped out. I decided not to let hate grow there. Instead, I planted 2 new mango saplings side by side. I called them Hope and Patience. Kids from the neighborhood helped me water them. Even the same birds that once sang on the old tree began returning. Life, I realized, always finds a way to heal. I placed a small wooden sign beside the new trees. "You can cut down trees, but not their roots. Not when they're planted in love." Months passed, and the story became a local legend. People driving by would slow down, point at the little trees, and smile. Some even knocked on my door to tell me how the story inspired them to stand up to their own Karens. And though I still missed the shade of the old tree, I knew my father would have been proud. Because what Karen thought was revenge turned into her downfall, and what she destroyed only grew stronger in spirit. The Mango Karen story became more than a viral post. It became a reminder that no matter how powerful the petty may seem, truth has deeper roots.